Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 4 of Atletico Madrid Career Mode here on FIFA 15. We start with the game away from home against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. Here is your team news.
Real Madrid make one change. Casillas starts in goal. Marcelo starts with Carvajal in the fullback positions. James Rodriguez starts, making his debut. In attack, Javier Hernandez starts, replacing Karim Benzema, who's injured. The Atletico Madrid lineup. Diego Godin starts with Miranda in central defence. Mario Suarez plays with Gavi in the centre of the park. Mario Mandzukic is the main striker today.
So after playing Real Madrid twice in the last episode in the Super Cup, we have another game against them in the first game in La Liga. It's the original and genuine fixture list from the Spanish leagues this year, so it's the genuine first game. Unfortunately, 3 games against Real in a row, and much like the second game in the last episode, we take an early lead. 1-0 up after 3 minutes here through Mario Mandzukic. Now, I won't spoil the results of either of the previous games, so if you did miss the last episode, then definitely go back and check it out. There will be an annotation in the bottom left hand side of your screen to take you to it if you did miss it, and of course check the channel page for anything else you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the My Player series, or the Chelsea career mode. But as you can see, Real Madrid really put the attacking shoes on and sprinted at me for the rest of the first half. Gareth Bale drawing a good save out of Miguel Moya there. Before we head towards the end of the half, stoppage time at least at the end of the first half, Koke with the header, and Casillas really should keep that out. Obviously delighted to be 2-0 up with a great header. But you have to say, if Diego Lopez was in goal still for Real Madrid and they hadn't sold him to AC Milan, would a taller goalkeeper have gotten to this looping header? It wasn't even that high, it wasn't even that well looped. It just was accurately placed in the far corner. Obviously Casillas isn't the tallest, and he doesn't get anywhere near it. He's been ridiculed in the FIFA world, really, on Ultimate Team in the past few years. Supposedly one of the best goalkeepers in real life. He is one of the best goalkeepers in real life, but on FIFA, he's just not quite tall enough to have a proper effect, and that became his undoing there. And you'll have to let me know if you've noticed similar things with Iker Casillas in your time on FIFA, whether he's not quite been tall enough to make the important saves, and that time around he wasn't. But as you can see, again, Real Madrid put the attacking shoes on again. I don't really know what attacking shoes are, but they put them on, and they're coming at us. Chikorito Hernandez coming forward through the middle, but Karim Benzema picked up an injury in the second leg of the Spanish Super Cup last time out, so unfortunately for them, having to start with Hernandez. Still a very, very good striker, so it's not really too much of a problem. But Mario Suarez is going to slot through Juanfran here, the right back, really pushing forward, drilling the ball across to Mario Mandzukic, gets it around Casillas into the back of the net, and he's running off to celebrate, but nobody else is celebrating at all, so it's clear that it's going to be an offside goal. Despite the one man off celebrating, the crowd are not doing anything, and the other players aren't doing anything either. So despite really what they wanted to do was put something in that was like, oh look, this is brand new and this is amazing, but the rest of it isn't really coded very well, and it's only the one player that celebrates and then is disappointed. So it was obvious that we hadn't scored, but this time they did score. Ronaldo rounding Miguel Moya to put it into the back of the net, and then rather over celebrating, he ran from the 6-yard box to the halfway line to celebrate quite dramatically a goal that brought them within 1 goal of us while still being behind with 5 minutes left, and subsequently they didn't get another goal anyway. So we take 3 points from the opening game of the La Liga season, and subsequently that actually is the exact same result that it was in real life. Atleti went to the Bernabeu on the first day of the season and came away with a 2-1 win. So really pleased to be able to replicate the real life team as well. Making a couple of changes to the first team lineup for this game away from home against RAYO Vallecano as the second game of the season. Now, rather weirdly, we start with an extremely difficult game away against Real Madrid, and then the next 2 games in the league season are against two of the smaller teams in the league, and theoretically 2 of the easier teams to get points from in the league. RAYO Vallecano here in this first game, and then in the second game we play Eibar as well. So hoping to come away with 9 points from these opening 3 games. Now that we've picked up 3 against Real Madrid, you'd like to think that we'll pick up 3 against both Vallecano and Eibar as well. As you can see, Christian Rodriguez in on the left, Sequeira in at left back, Jimenez in at centre back, and Raul Garcia up top as well. To round out a few changes in the first team, just to rest a few players, make sure that everyone's getting some some first team football, keep everybody happy, keep everybody in good form, keep everybody growing, stat wise as well, which is mostly important, because you don't want to let players on your bench that could become, genuine first team contenders in the not too distant future actually not get the chance to play first team football and grow into that player, because you're not playing the full squad, you're just starting the same 11 all the time. But we were lucky enough to get given a penalty here. David Cabeno perhaps bringing down the man in the box. Question whether that should really be a red card. It's clearly a goal scoring opportunity. Koke's about to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that should be a red for the goalkeeper. He gets away with it. He's going to have the chance to attempt to save the penalty. Actually let Gabby take it, runs up and straight down the middle. 1-0 Atletico Madrid on the half hour. We take the lead after a really suspicious yellow card for the goalkeeper, but still we're in front and that's all that matters. We move actually now to the hour mark. VALLECANO really firmed up defensively but didn't really offer anything attacking wise, and then we actually went 2-0 up there in the 63rd minute. Good header from Raul Garcia actually. Not really too sure what the goalkeeper was doing. It wasn't the most obvious of save animations or attempts to get near the ball. He just walked towards it and then stood there and shook his head. Goalkeepers really are bemusing this year. They either pull off the world's best saves ever, attempt to pull off the world's best saves ever, like Casillas in the last one, not get anywhere near it, or just do nothing, like the goalkeeper did just there for them. But a player for them, Leo Baptistao, is actually on loan for us, is going to inadvertently end up being involved in a move that gives them the goal to get them back in the game. His shot well saved by Moya, pushed those straight to the mixture of a defender and an attacker, and unfortunately the attacker came off better, managed to poke the ball into the back of the net, but gorgeous ball across from Raul Garcia, great bring down by Arda Turan, and a delightful chip over the onrushing goalkeeper makes it 3-1 with just a few minutes left on the clock. That was a beautiful, really, really good finish from Arda Turan. Particularly impressed with that. I can't seem to find a space for Arda Turan in my first team with Koke, Churchy and Griezmann, but that is a really good finish, and Arda Turan is really stating his case for a first team place ahead of Koke in that central role with performances like that. We get the 3-1 win away from home against VALLECANO, who, well, we might as well have stayed in a hotel, because of course Rayo Vallecano is the third team in Madrid, so all three Madrid teams have played each other already in this season. So Atleti now a game at home, of course still in Madrid, so playing against Eibar, one of the newly promoted sides into the division. Again, almost a full rotation side this time around, because I'll be honest, I really didn't expect too much of a challenge from Eibar. So you've got players like Aquino in there, Jesus Gomez at right back, two young defenders this time in Jimenez and Hernandez at centre back, and actually Samuel Saiz up top rather than either Mario Mandzukic or Raul Garcia. Saul at centre mid, and Robles, the young Chilean who's on loan actually. I'm not too sure where from, but he's on loan and at the club and playing in that CDM role. And Arda Turan again makes the difference in the opening few minutes. Scored a good goal to round things off against VALLECANO and earns us a penalty here. I thought it was a little bit soft initially until I saw the replay, and you'll be able to see how and why it is a clear penalty. As Turan runs towards the ball, he just gives him a cheeky tug of this shirt there, and he's really got a good handful of it actually. Turan crumbles to the floor. It is a clear penalty. So Siqueira is actually the best penalty taker in the team right now. And I don't understand this either. I'm kind of hating on EA right now. Why have that backing away from the ball animation to then still cut to him stood in a completely different place? Makes no sense whatsoever. But regardless of that, Siqueira does extremely well. Puts the ball straight into the back of the net, far right hand side, and we take an early 1-0 lead against Eibar. And I was expecting to trounce them, and that is a beautiful finish from Aquino. I know I've used the term beautiful already quite a few times in this episode, but we're scoring quite a few pretty goals, and that one was really, really tidy from Aquino, inside on his left foot and whipped it into the far bottom corner. Eibar did have a few forays forward though, and they're actually going to have one here, as you can see, playing the ball across 3 or 4 times before Arasti, unfortunately for him, can't quite find the target, and we've got a black in goal. He was brought into the club from Benfica, I believe, at the end of last season. He was their young goalkeeper, playing ahead of Artur Moraes for Benfica. But actually, Samuel Saiz makes it 3-0 on the hour mark, so we really are flying and cruising almost here against Eibar. To be fair, it's not the the best of episodes to really accurately portray what the rest of the season is going to be like. We really battled to get the win against RAYO, and that was a realistic result considering all of the the good football that Atleti have been playing over the past few years, and the fact that they did actually win that fixture 2-1 in real life this year. But then it was followed up with two of potentially the weakest oppositions we're going to face all season. So things most definitely will get more difficult from here on in. But we do take 9 points from the opening 3 games. Delighted to do so. If you're presented with the opportunity to play the weaker teams early on, you have to take advantage, and we have done just that. So we sit top of the table so far, though, as you can see, of course, Barcelona and Villarreal and Espanyol actually have all played one game and won that one game, so they have the chance to, of course, continue to win games and go above us. We're the only team in the league to have played 3 so far as well, which is quite bemusing. Not really too sure why, but regardless of that, we're top, so it doesn't matter, and we'll have to wait and see when everyone else catches up where we sit once we're all on a level playing field. But that's going to bring this particular episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave the video a like if you could be so kind. That'd be absolutely superb. Of course, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links on screen, or the usernames on screen. The links will be in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already. We recently hit 25k. It'd be great to hit 26k at some point within the next week or so. So if you aren't part of the Chesnoy Gaming channel, then feel free to hit that sub button and join in. There's plenty of career mode stuff here. You'll have had a My Player episode earlier on today. Chelsea career mode every weekday, and if you don't know what and when I upload, there is a schedule in the description of every video and on the About tab of the channel page as well, so you can check that out so you know exactly what to expect from me and which particular video it will be on which particular day. I do upload 2 videos every single day, so 14 videos a week from me. But as of now, that's all for your Saturday entertainment. We'll have 2 more videos tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.